Okay. Stream should be going. Uh, maybe it is. There it is. Okay, okay. Alrighty then. So it's time to work on resource processing. Um, been doing a little bit of experimentation off camera. As you kind of see, I've torn up the existing pipe system, and I went through and I upgraded the pipes. Um, you can upgrade them in place, but that has kind of an issue. Well, how you do it is by hitting the pipe in question with the upgrade material, and that does upgrade them in place, but I think it upgrades up to 8 pieces. So if you have fewer than that within range, it does you end up wasting material, which I'm not a fan of. I've also discovered that the logistical sorter things that I was using, the way I was using them was kind of a waste. Because apparently you can kind of just uh, set the regular pipe to pull, and then you can paint that pipe. And any items that get pulled out from it will get painted. So don't actually need to use those at all. Now, there are some issues with painting in general, the way I've been doing it at least, but I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. That'll be kind of a thing for later. Looks like it's about time for sleeping. So next up, we need a resource processing area. I think I'm gonna put it like right here. Should be interesting. So now we have our 4 wide hallway here. I need more planks. So it's going to require a few things. Um, First of all, we're going to need to be able to move material to it and not have a material that's not supposed to be part of it in there. So only that which can be processed needs to, well, should go to processing. There we are. Yeah, I should probably be using like stone or something that's not flammable. Oh well, anyway. But first, we're going to need to the first area that it needs to go to is going to be fortuning. Let's see. So we need to make sure that only the materials that go there or that wind up there are ones that can be fortuned. And one way to do it is kind of using this drawer system where we have a spot for every possible thing that could be that could need fortuning. But ideally, I would actually rather use like one of these chest things because it's not really dedicated to any one resource. So if we get a lot of one thing, it has space to fill up to get processed. I think that would be better. And I couldn't figure out how to do it until I looked at the advanced filter, which has a spot for tags. And this is great, because if I grab something like these copper ore here, I can put the copper ore here, and I can add something that is a tag that is applicable to all copper ores that are fortunable, like this. If I do that now, both the deep slate and the normal variants uh, actually will go there. And there doesn't seem to be a limit to how many tags a single advanced filter can actually hold. So this, I think, is going to be the way to filter stuff going to it. Now for actually I'm gonna process things. So for the actual fortuning part, gonna need a way to place the block. And I'm kind of thinking that one of these simple placer or block placers might be the way to do it. So I can just steal one from here, really. And we're also going to need a way to break it. And I think the way to do that, create. I think the way we're going to end up doing that is using a deployer, which can be set to use a pickaxe on blocks. And when it breaks a block with a pickaxe, it actually holds on to the drops so that you can pipe them out directly. So I think this is going to be the way we go. Yes, just had a brain fart there. What was I doing? So we're going to need to make stuff here. We're going to need brass. Unfortunately, I had the bright idea just before streaming to like break up all the ores that I had in the chest, or at least all the metal ones like copper, iron, gold, and osmosium, and smelt them up, and it's kind of taken forever. This was actually the chest I was planning to use for this little adventure, but it's doing other things for now, so I had to make another one. Um, hmm. I have two brass dust, but how do I make brass again? I don't remember. It is zinc. Zinc. Actually, I might have access to like a smelt spell. Um, Smell. It seems like smelting was a thing that I had access to. Uh, It's at least not tier 2. Highly doubt it'd be tier 1. Let's see. Ignite. Sets blocks and mobs on fire for a short time. Sensitive will summon Mage Fire, a shorter lived fire that will not spread or destroy blocks. That's neat, but that's not what I'm looking for. Is it a tier 3 spell? It might be a tier 3. Sort of. Smell. Oh, there we go. Okay. It is a tier 2, and it requires whatever this is. Fire Essence. I might be able to do that. Let's see. Arse. Essence. Fire Essence. I'll make flint, steel, gunpowder, and a torch. That should not be too terribly difficult, actually. How many of those do I need? 1. Two. Wait, 3, 4. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9. Looks like just 9. I already have flint and steel. That simplifies things. What else was needed? Gunpowder. I know I've got some of that somewhere around here. Just toss that in there. There we are. Okay, so gunpowder, flint and steel. The other one was a torch. Okay, add fire essence, submit. I think I determined that I just needed 9 of these things. Okay. That'll take a moment. Let's see, where's the kelp at? You should kelp isn't that far out. There it is. Okay. And that's going. I can steal this. I don't think I'm ever going to use these two ever again. Okay, so how do I make this? Iron and smooth stone. Oh. You. Okay. That's going to be a pain in the rear to do. How many of these do I need? Okay, so I need 4. Smelt. Yeah, I need 4 of those things. Now we have another one of those. That's something. Yeah, I'm not surprised I don't see another one. I didn't exactly collect them. Okay. So that means I need 3, which means I'm going to need 9 smooth stone. Yeah, so it's not there. Disable that. Make sure I didn't toss anything there. Okay. Now, after it gets done doing that, it'll do that, but I might as well just throw that in there. Okay. 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 Well, in the meantime, I suppose we can go working on that. That's not what I meant to do. Okie dokie. So, okay, so lock breaker is probably going to be on the bottom. It's going to come up, but I want. So I want storage here. So, oop. Hmm. Let's see. I believe sophisticated storage has like a controller, kind of like the drawers. Does allows deposits. Storage link connects separate multi-blocks of storage to a controller. Interesting. Hmm. Yeah, won't worry about that just for the moment. Let's see. It's going to need an input and output. Do I have more bricks on me? I do, right there. Okay. Yeah, I just kind of realized I have this builder over here. Should be using it. But I think I'm gonna move blocks just so that don't have a repeat of last time. As interesting as that result was, I don't exactly want to repeat it for other things. It looks like when it places down a block, it just picks a random block in the inventory. Which is kind of somewhat interesting. Let's go here. Okay, so let's say inventory here. On a spot for input duct and output duct, or input pipe and output pipes. Uh, whoops. And then we're going to have some sort of like space between them. It's probably a bit on the wasteful side to have this much room dedicated to just the storage of each thing, which could honestly just go on the very end, but in case I want to expand it later or change it out, I kind of want a bit of space. So that's what I'm kind of just doing. Okay, and then over here will actually be the fortuning area. I seriously just ran out of blocks. Might have accidentally just stuck them all in the chest over here or something. Yeah. Okay, so gonna have so essentially what this is gonna look like is it's gonna have a block breaker thing here. It's gonna put blocks like here-ish, some sort of barrier here so that I don't accidentally pick up the items or walk into the space. Another barrier here, the activator here, and right here should be for like collection and pipe. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Looks like it needs to be about 5 though, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And ultimately, I'm going to want enough space reserved for 10, though I'm probably just going to start off with one of these. Which should go here. Yes. Okay. And that's perfect, because then I can also have the power come up through here. Change them. That'll work. That'll work nicely. Okay. So the activator and then piping. All right, all right, all right. So I already have the filter in here. I do not. Yeah. Okay. So let's pipe up. And we'll pipe down. Oop, oop. Nope, nope. Okay. There we go. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Uh, Make that colored black. And that front pole. Maybe it's not a good idea to do that just yet. No, actually, I can just do that. There we go. Has the same effect of disabling. Yes. Okay, okay. So over here, have that there. It's going to pull. And let's see. Oh, let's. All right, so this needs to have that pipe there. It needs to. No, no, that's not correct. Shoot. Okay, that needs to just be removed then. I need to just do this from above. Okay, okay, so that here-ish. Yeah, okay, so that goes there. Paint that. Put that back. Okay. There we go. Oop. Well, actually, this was kind of just meant to be temporary. I can just remove this. Oh, I need to light this space up here. Uh, Okie dokie. And bed. Perfect. Okay, now let's see. As it is, if I pick this up, just touch, break that, place this here. Nothing should get pulled out. That is correct. But if I were to grab this over here, oh, I need to put one of these in here. Okay, and now I were to do this. I don't know what is sea ores copper, but I kind of like that better than just the Minecraft copper ores. So if I throw that there, and put only, I think that means it's going to filter only the stuff that's getting input. Okay, what's going on? Should be sucking out any copper ore that's in here. Okay, there is copper ore here. It does have the sea ores copper tag, so that should be getting matched. Oh, but the pipe isn't painted. Okay, that's what's going on here. There we go. Now, there we go. Okay, cool. Alrighty then. And I can do iron as well. Iron. That one. Awesome. No, I believe you can just pick up one without any upgrades. It will keep the inventory. Yes. Okay. One with upgrades is going to require like tape or something. So it's still pulling stuff out. It does not look like it. So I'm just going to take that up. Toss that there. Perfect. Actually, what I could do, instead of having to pick this up with tape, I could just open up this here. Connect a pipe here. Set it to pull. Oh, right. This is not an ore that can be processed, so it would not be doing anything. Okay, never mind. I got confused for a minute there. That appears to be on the empty side. So go into there. Okay. Let's go see if it finished processing those things. What the? Okay, that's different. Looks like it did indeed finish processing that. So, brass. I feel like there was something else that was processed that I need to. Right. This. Okay. Iron. Should be enough iron. Perfect. Okay. 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 Should just toss that in there. Smelt. How much? I need 5. Oh yeah, I set up a thing to create infinite lava for me. Oops. Smelt. There we go. Now if I need to cook something, I can just use magic. And create deployer. Okay, create deployer. For this, I need. Oh, all 4 of them have to be. I thought only 3 of them. Okay, I can do that. What is this? Okay, yeah, just experimenting with that. Okay, so this would be press. There we go. AoE and item. Oh, it gave me 2 extra and a brass ingot back. Okay, sure. I'll take that. I need to do iron ingot as well. Oh, I had iron ingots on me already. Okay. I need to polish a ruby, rose quartz. Just quartz with redstone. Okay. And I believe I can replace this with polish. And try that again. Yeah, that's what I need. Okay, okay. I think I keep accidentally adding things to this. How do I move things? Whatever. Whatever. Okay, so that's casing. Do I not have any of those things on me? No, that's easy enough to fix. Bunch of them in here. Okay. All right. Okay, and now set up the deployer here-ish. If I need to, yep, okay. So if I right click on it with a pickaxe, yep, okay, cool, 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 cool. And yeah, all right. So I need more gearboxes. I thought I had more than that. Scroll down, damn you. What happened to my gearboxes? I could have swore I had more than that. There they are. Okay. All right, that there. Okie dokie. Oop. Okay. Then we actually need to come down one more. So we can get around this pipe here. Hmm. Yeah, well, that solves that problem. All right, so let's see. I'm actually going to need to move this over by one. Maybe something like this. Just because I'm going to need that to account for speed adjustments later on. Hmm. Actually, oh, we actually need to move it over here. Can offset it too. There we go. That'll work. Need a few of these. Okay, so which one is this? This is 2349. Okay. 2349. Here. Okay. We need a few more of these. Need There we go. Perfect. Okay, now if I take my pickaxe, throw it in this thing's hand here, and like stick it block here. Well, it's not terribly fast, but eventually I'll speed the thing up. Perfect. And it should have gone into this thing's inventory. So if I throw down the chest here, that's a pipe. That kind of works. Not what I was intending. And then do this. Boom. Oh, it sucked out the pickaxe too. That shouldn't have happened. Which means it's going to need some sort of filtering ability to prevent it from sucking out the pickaxe. Let's see, I believe this. So if I do that, where's my wrench? There it is. With that, I believe I have an iron upgrade in here. I do. Okay. Not bad. Regular, inverted. Okay, so if I do this, pickaxe, inverted, submit, then build out the rest of this. Should be able to give it my pickaxe and it won't suck it out. Okay, and if I do this, oh, and sucked out the pickaxe. Where's the stone? Okay, there it is. Probably sucked out the pickaxe because the thing's matching durability as well. Oh yeah, it's matching durability. Okay, so that will work as that it's going to be a pickaxe with no durability that I'm going to give it. Oop. Okay. That works. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Isn't I going to have another? Yeah, I need to move this all over by one. Okay, so the deployer should actually be here. There we go. Nope. Okay. Okie dokie. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Goes there. Okay, cool. All right, now what I can do is I can throw down an experience collector here. I don't know if create stuff drops experience though. It might not. But in case it does, I can throw down an experience thing here and have it have a pipe through here. Probably just use the create experience collector, since that produces the fluid that I generally want to store. So we just do that directly. Okay. Hmm. Well, if I'm going to need to use a different piping system, and this is also going to need a space for like an output chest. Oops. Which I suppose I can kind of just plunk down here. So output chest here. Goes there. And then from there, we can have it connect to the network. Hmm. That's going to cause an issue, though. Hmm. I need to move that amethyst. Oh, I didn't realize those things only went up to 16. That's annoying. All right. What? Oh, I kind of thought that would be enough boxes, but it doesn't actually look like it's going to be. Interesting. Okay, no, that was enough boxes. Oop, that was the wrong container. Not really sure what to do with that, so for now, I'm just gonna kind of shove them in a chest here. Oop, wrong one. There we go. Okay, so how am I gonna do this? Thinking having something here. Sort of chest here. Good, that's not hooked up to anything. Where is the wrench? There's the wrench. Okay, so what's the final color before none? Pink. Okay, so items that come out here get extracted and will be sent to pink. The idea is that have any pipes on my. I need to sleep again. Oh, we're at sunrise. I'd already been up through the entire night. Whoops. Okay, so the idea is once it's gone through that, once it has been processed, oops, need to fix that. So once the material has been processed, it gets sent back there, so that way it can have the distance re-evaluation kick in, so it doesn't just wind up in the default storage by accident or something. Ooh. That's not what I want to see. Okay. So after that, I'm once again. Okay, so next phase of this is going to need to be breaking things up with dust. Now, the thing though is that there's going to be several different methods to grind things up into dust. Ours is probably going to be the primary way I'm going to do it. So if I go iron, dust, see that like the way to do it is through this. It can also actually be done as raw iron or as blocks of raw iron, which is more efficient. Hmm. But then there needs to be a second process because all the Modi, I'm pretty sure that its thing, uh, when crushed. Oh, wait, what? That also doubles it? I could have swore it was one like 0.3 or something like that that you get. Okay, okay, that's a little bit of a changer. What was it that was that way then? I don't remember, but Ars Magica I think is going to be the way to do this, which is going to be a bit more involved. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this exactly. Because we have to place the items and shoot it with a spell, know that the items, well, know that there are items still there, and only pick up the ones that have been successfully um, processed. Furthermore, the things need to be crafted into blocks so that way we can handle this a little bit faster and more efficiently. Which is going to take a little bit of doing, especially since not everything will be craftable into blocks. And as that we can't go beyond the initial blockification, we can't use condensers because that might take blocks and condense them, and then we're screwed because we can't crush the condensed blocks. Alright, how did I have this? Probably gonna, once again, acquire, like, space here. Alright, I think the auto crafter might be the way to go about it. Alright, so way to clear recipes. That's the wrong tool for that. Okay, so place this here. Uh, let's see, raw block. So if I have something like this, apply this. Oh, no, wrong one. This, apply. And well, so on and so forth. I can probably do that as it goes on. But of course, it's going to accept everything, so this is going to have to filter its input somehow. There's a filter spot. How does that work exactly? I don't know. Okay, this filter module is used in various situations. You can make sure a block only accepts certain items. Okie dokie. Well, let's make one, see what happens. I believe I saw that I need paper. Just one paper. Oop. I can use that hopper that I salvaged a little earlier. There it is. Okay. Oh, redstone is what I need two of. That was iron that I needed two of. There it is. Okay, okay. It looks like I need to sleep again. What happens if I just shove this in here? Nothing. Okay, so... Uh, copper... Clumps. I have absolutely no idea what a copper clump is. So this is... just Minecraft raw iron. Okay. So it should be raw. Copper. Storage blocks, raw copper. Don't think that's what I want. Minecraft. Raw. Okay, that's copper. Let's just pull up copper, see what we got here. Okay, raw copper. So this raw materials, copper. Okay, so maybe raw materials. Okay, here we go. Copper. Is this also raw material? It is not. Okay. I should be able to select iron. Okay, okay. Okay, cool. So, in theory, it will only allow that in. I cannot manually place stuff in there. Okay. This, of course, does present another issue. I need to provide it with power. So, we're going to need to come up with some sort of power system. Maybe I'll just set up something temporarily for now. We'll have it powered through underneath like this. And make a steel and redstone. Should probably make a few more. Okie dokie. And I have absolutely no idea where I'm going to go with this. So I guess I'll just leave that disconnected for the time being. But this is going to have to have items that come up into here. Open black. Actually, I have to come up through this way. And later on, if I find something that can't be condensed like this, I can put like a chest here, like one of those chests with a filter on it, so that I can just kind of bypass the system. Alrighty then. And then after that, we're going to have another 3 space for the walkway. Might be time to use, what is that mod called? It's like integrated, there we go. Integrated dynamics. This is a fun mod to use. Okay, okay. First of all, we're going to need to create some stuff here. What does it take to make a powered squeezer and drying basin? Mechanical squeezer, some batteries. Okay. And it requires a squeezer, so I wouldn't actually be out to anything, just making one of those. And mechanical drying basin is kind of the same way. Okay. Okay, so what do I need for a squeezer? Some iron. Are those regular planks? Yeah, those are regular planks. Block of iron. Some regular iron. Squeezer. Okay, and the drying basin. It's like some logs. Some black dye. So I have to find some ink. Not out of ink. Oh, no, there they are. 2 ink, I think, is what I needed. Logs. Okay, okay. I should have some logs. Oop. Okay, and now I need various things. Good, got some of that. grab that. That might actually be enough to get going here. Okay, so for this, I need to turn off my chargers. Let's start charging the thing. The mechanical squeezer. I need diamonds, obsidian. Okay. Well, I need to make 4 batteries first, which means I need 8 blocks. That will be what, 72 of these things? Okay, I don't have enough for that. All right. We're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way then. Oop, and it's nighttime. I need to sleep. Where's my bed? I must have left my bed there. I did. All right. Well, whatever. It's fine. Let the drying basin, the squeezer, log there. I have another pickaxe in here, perchance. Doesn't really look like I do. Okay. Okay. Okay, if I put that there. Uh, where is my fluid ducts? There it is. There we go. And I believe I need pressure plate, which I should have one already made back at the old base. I think it's all the way at the very end. Yeah, right there. Oop, that was not it. Okay, and that resets. Oh, you know what? I just realized without this charging me up, I am going to have issues. I just got into the motion of it. That's kind of the last one that I actually need. Okay. What? Okay, I did not expect that. Okay, that works. Sure, whatever. Okie dokie. I need redstone blocks. So I need to turn this off. Okay, so 4 of these things. Wait, what? Oh, right, I threw them in the backpack, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Now I need obsidian. 2 of them. Shouldn't be too difficult to get a hold of. I just need a bucket. Oh, I need to modify that to. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie. Now. Right, I stuck them in my inventory. That's the wrong one. Okay, so this. I need the. Wait. Stop moving things around. That used 2 obsidian? It did. Okay. Okay, and now I need a diamond to have space. I do not have the space. It's not there for the moment. Right. Wait. Okay, no, it did use 2. Try that in there so they don't get charged up while I'm running in. There we go. Okay, and squeezer. There we go. Okay, now I should be able to just... this. Down that. Go down that. Okay, and then if I just do something like this. Perfect. Okay, and now I can put down some sort of chest thing here. Throw down an item duct. Once I find them. There we go. And hit it with a wrench. Can't help but to notice how it's not actually doing what I hoped it would. Maybe it has to be on the bottom. Scroll down. Down. No, no, don't. What? Okay. Scroll down. Okay. That there. That there. Yeah, toss that there. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. That's an interesting limitation. Oh, also this needs to be that way as well. Perfect. Where are those logs at? Whoop, they're there. There's some in here as well. Yep, right there. It's the rest in there, so that way I have easy access to them. Okie doke. Now for the fun part. Now I make a logic programmer crafting table. Okay. We also need a whole bunch of that. Oh, we don't have a whole lot on me. That's why. That's probably a good amount to have. We need variable storage. We need another backpack to hold all this garbage in. Okay, so let me see. Is there like a item reader or is it just an entity reader? Reads entity information. It might just be an entity reader. Wait, what's this? Expose scripting disk to the network. Store scripts. That's a new one. I don't recall that being a thing. Scripting terminal. Manages scripts from scripting drive in the network. What does it take to make one? This is kind of new. I'm gonna have to. Wait, what is that? That's interesting. Does this have an input? It kind of does. Okay, that's a new one. All right. I think this is going to require me to watch tutorial videos because I'm not familiar with the scripting disk. It could do exactly what I want it to. Which means I should end the stream here so I can go do that. Alright, I'm gonna go do that. I'll try to continue later tonight after I've messed around with this a little bit. Hopefully get something working. So, thank you for watching. In case I don't actually stream tonight, just have a good evening.